Greetings, everyone. This is Alan Duncan speaking. It is now December 20th in the year 2011, and this is the last video in our series of the discussion of Covey's 7 habits, and we have gone through the first three, which were be proactive, start with the end in mind, and first things first, the skills of independence. Then we went through the skills of interdependence, which are think win-win, seek first to understand, then to be understood, and 6 to synergize. And now we are on habit number 7, which is called sharpen the saw. Covey has a short summary that I'm going to read to you about this habit number 7, sharpen the saw. So habit number 7, sharpen the saw, is the habit of self-renewal. We must balance going to work every day to get a paycheck with keeping our skills up to date and ourselves focused on new challenges. Yet, when people get busy producing or sawing, they rarely take time to sharpen the saw because maintenance seldom pays dramatic, immediate rewards or dividends. Sharpening the saw means having a balanced, systematic program for self-renewal in the 4 areas of our lives, shown here, which are represented. Covey calls them the 4 L's. And they are to live, to love, to learn, and to leave a legacy. Those areas are the 4 areas of physical, mental, social, emotional, and spiritual, the 4 L's. Without this discipline, the body becomes weak, the mind mechanical, the emotions raw, the spirit insensitive, and the person selfish. To sharpen the saw, we must be proactive. Self-renewal is a quadrant 2 activity where things are important but not urgent. Quadrant 2 must be acted upon. This is the single most powerful investment we can ever make in life, investment in ourselves, in the only instrument we have with which to deal with life and to contribute. Renewal is the principle and the process that empowers us to move in an upward spiral of growth and change, that is, of continuous improvement. Now, in the automotive industry, Japan, of course, has become quite prominent. And one of the principles that Japanese live by is the principle of continuous improvement, meaning that they were never satisfied to just go along with the production means and the capability that they had gained in the industry. They sought continuous improvement to make products better, and which resulted in great benefits to them. Well, so that is the principle of self-renewal, always trying to improve. Now, Covey mentions here some applications. Get out of bed at a set time each morning and exercise for 30 minutes. Read uplifting and inspirational literature for a few minutes each day. Meditate upon its meaning to you and how you can apply it in your life. Spend an hour or 2 each week keeping a personal journal and family records. Time that you use to just think about and ponder your life, what it was about, and perhaps think about how you're working on the other 6 habits that we discussed, those of maintaining your independence and then enhancing your interdependence. Well, we've reached the end of the video series, so I'm finished for now, and I'll be sending this off to anybody I can reach to get it to. I started this in August 8th. It looks like I went back and reviewed my first tape, and I'm finished now. In it's December 20th. I've done 2 tonight, as you might imagine, from the if you've been listening to the dates. So I hope that you enjoy it, and I want to encourage you also to seek more of what Covey has produced. He has many good articles, many good tapes, books on the 7 habits, and I believe it is the best plan that we can have for our lives today, and largely because the focus of the 7 habits has been in those 2 major areas, the areas of independence and then interdependence, and then of course sharpening the saw that we've talked about tonight. And of all the things that I've studied and listened to, it is the one that is the most complete at this point because it deals with both aspects. Remember that we cannot be effectively interdependent until we become independent. First, we must become independent before we can work with others. So the first 3 habits, be proactive, start with the end in mind. First things first, deal with us as individuals who need to achieve independence. Then as we go on to work with others, we think win-win. We seek first to understand, and then we synergize to make 1 plus 1 be 3, 10, 20, or 100. And then we continually rethink and look over how we're doing in all of those 6 habits, which is that process of renewal and sharpening the saw. Okay, that's it. I hope you enjoy it, and I'm signing off. Good night.